Okay, hello, I'm Davis. I'm here giving a tutorial on how to cut tubes on how to make a tube toolpath on VCarve. Okay, so first things first, you should have already gone onto Onshape and downloaded the DXF file on Onshape and have it stored and ready to be on VCarve. And you should have already counted your holes that you need to cut. So what you first do is you'll open an existing file. Find your DXF file, open it, and you click yes here. So for job setup, you want single-sided, and you want job setup, you want single-sided. For job size, we cut vertically, not horizontally. So if you have it set up to have holes out here, it's going to machine starts here and it's going to go out here when really the material's up here. So what you need to do is you need to switch the height and width, okay? So it should be 2 inches by 19.5. Adjust your thickness to whatever your material is. And now, there, that part's good. Next thing is the zeroing position. For tubes, it is material surface. Okay? Next thing is always turn off an offset and make sure it is assigned to this bottom left corner. Now you're all good and click OK. So there's a problem. The tube is not on our job. So what we need to do is select all the select the whole tool, all vectors, and rotate it. And it's this middle button under Transform Objects. It's this button right here. Another thing is to take note is the job setup. That button up here. This button takes you back to the job setup. But you want to select all your vectors and come to this rotate selected objects. Click absolute bottom left corner 90 degrees. Apply. Okay. Now you click close and you come to here. Move select objects and you will now take away that negative and apply. Now close this and now your vectors line up with your material. So next thing is you'll come to toolpaths and you'll use this profile toolpath. Okay, you'll select it, and so with cutting depth, normally you will have a 16th inch, and this is my rule of thumb. With 16th inch thickness of the aluminum, you want to it's 0.1. Sometimes you are given an 1/8 inch thickness aluminum, in which what you should do is just 0.15. Okay, so I'm gonna assume mine's 16th inch. Mine is 16th inch, so I'm gonna do 0.1, and now I'm gonna go to tool, and I want to select my tool, and it should be called single flute 1/8 inch or something along those lines, and you just want to click select. So, and you should get 4 passes. If you don't get 4 passes, something's wrong, and call over somebody. Next thing is, since you're going to be cutting these inside holes, you have to do inside. Okay, rule of thumb for inside and outside. If you're cutting inside of something, you're using inside. If you're cutting the outside, like the perimeter of a plate, like the outside, like you're cutting out a plate, then you would use the outside. But if you're cutting the inside of a hole, you will use inside. And then for aluminum, see how it makes an L? See how this makes an L? Your direction should make an L. See, climb makes that L, but conventional doesn't. So it should be selected to climb for inside. You don't touch that, and you don't touch that. Always add a ramp, and then name yours whole whatever. Name your toolpath, and then come here and select your vectors. My vectors are these 3 holes and these 3 holes. Tool, and then you calculate. Now, what you should do is, and just some things to help you with this 3D view, the left click helps you do this, and to move around like this is your scroll wheel, okay? And you also have all these right here, so this does that, bam, and yeah. I don't use those that much, but if you want to use those, you are free to. But anyways, back to it. Go to toolpath, and what you should do is preview your toolpath. And you should make sure your toolpath lines up and is correct. Does that look correct? And yes, that does look correct. So you should look at your Onshape and check with whoever's asking you to cut this, and and ask them, does that look correct? Am I forgetting any holes, or is there or are these holes too big, too small? Stuff along those lines. Okay, and then so now that everything looks correct, we'll close this and we'll save it, and you'll just save your toolpath. Save toolpath. It would load. All right, and what would happen is you come up to save toolpath, it'll ask you to save, and you just save it, and it should be a tap file. Okay, so yeah, apologize. Oh, that's the problem. Yeah, I can't. Oh, okay, I'll fix that. But that's a me problem. So yeah. Okay. Well, thank you and goodbye.